Man, if we're not focused doing all three of these responsibilities, can't call yourself a real man. On the next episode of Men vs. Mediocrity. Welcome, men, to another episode of Men vs. Mediocrity. I am your host, Fred 333, and you have found the #1 edutainment resource for men by men to support men on our journey to this thing we call being a real man. So if you've never been here before and you have never thought about being the best man that you can be, click the red X above. This content's not for you. And let's get right into the video. Welcome to part 3 of your journey to excellence and understanding your responsibilities as the excellent man. In the first episode, which you'll see up here in the series, we talked about your responsibility is for you to be able to take care of yourself. This is the #1 priority. If you can't take care of yourself, you will not be able to take care of your second responsibility, your impact to other human beings. Your final responsibility, men, is for things, objects, and ideas. Here's what we mean by tangible items. For example, clothes. I don't care if you're draped in all design, and your clothes torn, wrinkled, unironed, untaken care of. You need to take care of those items in which you've been entrusted with. Some of you have a home. Some of you own property. Some of you rent an apartment. Your space, your room needs to be cared for, and it needs to have order. You're responsible as a man to tend to those responsibilities and take care of those. In my house, I am responsible for cleaning the kitchen once dinner is cooked, period. Some of you guys have these $1,000 cell phones, and you may have an Apple, by the way, or I'm Android, and screens crack like you just don't even care. Now, I know accidents happen. I've seen the same people more than once with broken cell phones. They could not be very good stewards of what they've been entrusted with for tangible items. Maybe you got 50 on your wrist. Maybe you got 50 on your wrist. Where are you leaving that watch? Oh, by the way, let me know in the comments if you remember this story. Do you guys remember the story of this football player who left 7 figures worth of jewelry in a chest of drawers, wide open in his house with multiple friends and on the cabinet or whatever? Let me know in the comments below if you remember the name of that football player. I forget. But my point is, if you attest value to those things that you own, you would need to care and secure for these items as a real man. It's these small things that separate mediocrity from excellence. Tangible items now also come into a big, huge realm of what we do when no one's looking. We live on planet Earth. Do you litter when you go outside? If you walk past litter, do you pick it up? Do you care for the spaces in which you're around? Are you adding to the destruction of this earth, or are you aiding to try to care for this earth because we're only left with one planet? Now, I'm not getting into save the earth, and I eat red meat. And I was talking to one of my friends, and he had given me the examples that he can't find high quality girls, and I can't believe that he said this. I know for a fact this particular guy right now has opportunity in this responsibility, taking care of those tangible items in which you own or have possession of. His car, it doesn't matter what car, his car is filthy, grime, window dust, parking ticket, french fries, the whole shebang. He picks up women in these cars. If women would tolerate them, a man not taking care of those items in which they own, it's a first impression. It could be an indicator that they might not have high value, or they tolerate low stewardship of those things that you care. This could impact his level of women that he attracts. Men, our final responsibility for intangible items are ideas, privileges, and responsibility. If you're a business owner and your business has a vision, you're responsible for carrying that on and reflecting that amongst your people. It is an intangible responsibility. You can't reach out and touch it. It is. For privileges. If you pass a test, you're given a privilege of a driver's license. You get this in respects that you will respect it, follow its rules, follow the speed limit. If you're out drinking, do you click Uber and Lyft? This isn't a paid sponsor. I wish it was. Are you responsible for your driver's license? This is a privilege over which we have stewardship over. Are we obeying the rules as a citizen? Do you uphold your community values? Are you trying to change the community values? These are some things that we are responsible over after we're responsible for ourselves, and after we're responsible for human beings, we are also responsible for tangible items and intangible privileges, visions, and values to be reflected on. Man, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next episode.